Before Julius Caesar became the guy who wrecked the Roman Republic by handing his
great-nephew
a crown and call it a day, he was just another Roman dude trying to figure out how to make people take him seriously. But back then, Rome was basically a bureaucratic dumpster fire, full of political backstabbing and public chaos. You know, just your average Tuesday. So, who was Julius Caesar? Well, he's the guy who turned Rome into his personal empire by doing what he did best, stomping over everyone who got in his way. He claimed to be descended from Trojan royalty, the people who did the Trojan horse and self-proclaimed brains over muscles, because hey, why not throw in some mythical street cred while we're at it? By 31, Caesar had already fought in a bunch of wars, made some shady alliances, and climbed the Roman political ladder faster than anyone expected. Eventually, he became the dictator of Rome, although he only got to enjoy the title for a year before, you know, getting stabbed a bunch of times, assassinated and stuff. Now let's rewind to where it all started. Born in 100 BCE as Gaius Julius Caesar, he was part of Rome's aristocracy, but don't go imagining some kid swimming in gold coins. His family wasn't that rich. Still, Caesar had ambitions for days, and considering the Roman government at the time was a colossal disaster, he was born at just the right time for maximum chaos potential. At 16, Caesar's dad kicks the bucket, leaving him to hang out with his mom, Aurelia, who probably hits him with all the trust no one in politics wisdom. Soon enough, Caesar decided to rub elbows with Rome's elites, getting himself set up for those sweet future power moves. In 84 BCE, Caesar married Cornelia, the daughter of a nobleman. Hopefully nothing happens. Well, here comes Sulla, Rome's resident dictator and part-time grumpy old man. Turns out Sulla doesn't like Cornelia's dad, so he tells Caesar to divorce her or lose everything you own. Caesar, in true Caesar fashion, just said nah, flips him a metaphorical bird and bails to join the military in Asia. After Sulla finally dies, yay, Caesar comes back to Rome and decided to start a political career. He starts out as a prosecuting advocate, but because Caesar can't just do things the normal way, he decides to take a detour into philosophy, studying in Rhodes because why not? Now, here's where things get spicy. While cruising through the Aegean Sea, Caesar gets kidnapped by pirates. Now, normally when someone gets kidnapped, they panic, maybe cry a little, beg for their lives. Not Caesar. Instead, he tells the pirates to shut the Roman equivalent of the heck up while he's trying to sleep. And during the day, he makes them listen to his poetry and speeches. If they aren't impressed, he would berate the pirates, calling them illiterate. When the pirates ask for 20 talents of silver, around $600,000 today of ransom, Caesar is offended. He tells them, nah, I'm worth at least 50 talents. So he negotiates up his own ransom. The pirates were probably just standing there mind-fucking their own minds. Eventually, some Romans gather the 50 talents and Caesar is released. The pirates are probably thinking, what a weird dude. But Caesar, he's not done. This whole time, he's been casually telling them, oh, by the way, after you let me go, I'm going to come back and crucify all of you. The pirates thought he was joking. He wasn't joking. As soon as he's free, Caesar raises a naval force despite holding no public or military office at the time, and he found the pirates still camped at the island where he was held and brought them back as his captive and, true to his words, crucify every single one of them. But because he's such a merciful guy, he slit their throat first just to make things a little less awful. What a saint. Now, you would think this is just some isolated incident, but nope, this was classic Caesar. In fact, historians think he later told the story to Roman senates to convince them to give Pompey the Great the authority to clean up the pirates in the Mediterranean. Spoiler alert, Pompey did exactly that. So in summary, Julius Caesar gets kidnapped by pirates, annoys them to death, raises his own ransom, and then comes back to murder all of them. The Roman Republic had no idea, but much like those pirates, it was about to get Caesared in a major way. And that, folks, is how Julius Caesar proved that nothing stands in the way of a man with a god complex and a talent for slam poetry. Be confident and flip a metaphorical bird to the Sullas in your life.